online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Whenever you have more access to information and whenever technology is involved, there's always going to be a privacy concern.
North Dakota is now the first state to allow anyone with a computer and internet connection access to court documents from their own home.
But there's disagreement on whether this is a good thing, with sensitive information being exposed to millions. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero looks at why the change was made.
Some consider it a blessing, others a curse. You can now look through and print North Dakota court documents from your own home for free by visiting publicrecords.ndcourts.gov. This was rolled out on January 1st after the state Supreme Court adopted new rules following 3 years of discussion.
We wanted to actually remove the barriers to access. I mean, this is information. I mean, not just documents, but also information that constitutes the court record.
North Dakota is the first state to introduce such an overhaul, according to the state court administrator.
I know other states have looked at it. I know they have certain limited access to documents.
There are restrictions to documents related to domestic violence and sexual assault cases, but nearly everything else is up for grabs, including divorce records and autopsy photos for murder cases. If you find that your social security number, date of birth, or any information that you consider to be private is available on that website, you can go down to any courthouse, like the Cass County one right behind me, and meet with a court clerk and ask for that information to be redacted. Cass County State Attorney Birch Burdick declined speaking on camera. He says access to such documents creates unintended consequences. Burdick also says his office will seek to make certain documents not accessible from a home computer.
The thing is, a lot of this information has already been available. It's just that people had to go to the courthouse to get it. And so it's not, you can't really call information accessible if not everybody can access it.
Tammy Oltz, an assistant law professor at University of North Dakota, says the benefits of people having access to these documents remotely outweighs any consequences. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
North Dakota Supreme Court will review the rule change about a year to see if any changes need to be made.
Don't get used to today's weather. The forecast for the week sounds like it's going to offer up a little bit of everything. Well, not everything, but Hutch is here to explain in tonight's No Wait Weather Planner. Hutch?
Andrea, you can cross warm weather off that list, and that's one of the everythings that we're going to be missing. So get out and enjoy these temperatures, which are holding on to near 30 from Bemidji through Grand Forks and Devil's Lake. Temperatures not too bad right now. We do have a weak cool front pushing through, bringing some light snow showers. No significant accumulation for this as it works its way through. But the cold air is going to be on its way as we go through the overnight hours. So temperatures in Fargo this evening will dip into the 20s. We'll have breezy conditions from the west-northwest. In fact, overnight, I'm expecting some gusty winds as an Arctic air mass will be punching into the valley for your Tuesday. I will have hour-by-hour details on when the Arctic air arrives, how long it sticks around, and we'll have a look ahead toward the weekend as well here in just a few minutes.
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
Yes.
One man's been taken to the local hospital for a mental health evaluation after he was accused of threatening to shoot people at the Fargo Cashwise. When police arrived at 33rd Street South this afternoon, they were able to quickly detain the man and said that they did not find any weapon upon him. No name has released.
The search continues tonight for a Standing Rock woman who has been missing since November. Authorities say the last place Kara Maui was seen was in McLaughlin, South Dakota, and Porcupine, North Dakota. Today, a volunteer search party made a discovery in Porcupine that could help find Maui. It was a garbage bag filled with belongings that her family confirmed are hers.
Any evidence that you find is always good, that gives the police department something to look at, gives them some evidence to, and probably some other people to interview after today.
The Bureau of Indian Affairs is investigating. Tribal leaders are also looking into leads in the Burleigh and Morton County areas. Everyone involved says they won't stop searching until they find Kara.
Authorities are warning you to hide your valuables if you plan on leaving them at home. Multiple burglaries and a car break-in happened in the Comstock neighborhood in South Moorhead this last week. 3 siblings, 2 adults, and a child were caught in the act and are being charged with stolen property. Their names are not being released at this time. They are accused of taking items like electronics, coins, and jewelry.
Fire deaths in Minnesota increased 14% in 2019. The state fire marshal reported that 42 people died last year, while 2018 had 37 fire deaths. The leading cause of deaths was careless smoking. At least 7 people died in smoking-related fires last year. 43% of people who died had a measurable blood alcohol content. 40% of those had a blood alcohol limit over 0.08. People ages 50 or older accounted for 67% of those killed. 12% of homes did not have working smoke alarms. You can find more information on this at Valley News Live app.
A downtown Fargo business is closing its doors. Prairie Roots Food Co-op emailed members saying it's because of financial problems. They went on to say that it couldn't pay employees to work any more hours than they've already worked.
To see this go away as a gem for this community, it really does break my heart today. This is a very sad day, not just for the staff who work here, but for the people who shopped here. And there were some really great, loyal customers.
The store is expected to stay open until remaining products are sold off. It opened in the summer of 2017.
Applications are out for the 2020 specialty crop grants. The USDA allocated $3.1 million to about 24 projects last year. The program is designed to help farmers who grow crops such as sunflowers, lentils, dry beans, and peas. They can use the money for research, marketing, or group projects. The application deadline is this Wednesday.
This flu season is shaping up to be one of the worst in decades. The CDC estimating that there have been at least 6.4 million flu illnesses and 55,000 hospitalizations. It's not too late to still get your flu shot. Fargo Cass Public Health is holding a walk-in flu clinic Friday from noon until 3 in the afternoon at the Public Health Building at 1240 25th Street South. Shots will be available for anyone 6 months and older. Make sure you bring Medicare or health insurance information to the clinic.
This is championship week for NDSU Bison football fans, especially those heading to Frisco, Texas, to see the championship game in person. We're told that the popular Bison Tracker app is now up and running. It allows Bison fans to check in on their way to Texas. Currently, there are over 1,000 Bison fans on the road. Fans are encouraged to use the hashtag #FargoToFrisco on Twitter to share photos of themselves wearing Bison gear. The Bison Tracker app is free, and you can download it in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Speaking of the big game, we have you covered regarding the fan frenzy in Frisco. Our crews are gearing up. They'll be touching down in Texas this Wednesday with live coverage to begin that night. It all leads up to our 90-minute pregame show. That starts at 9:30 Saturday morning. You'll hear from the experts as well as former Bison players and fans. That's 9:30 Saturday morning on KVLY.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, why North Dakota is taking a different approach when it comes to snow fences.
And temperature-wise, things were on the cool side today, but still above average, and we enjoyed a lovely setting sun. 27 today in Fargo, and it was in the 30s in Grand Forks. Wave goodbye to the heat. The cold is on its way. I'll have details coming up right after this.